Hi. It is another absolutely gorgeous spring day here in North Central Mass. Yesterday was rainy and much cooler, but we are back to bright and beautiful and colorful. It's awesome. So grateful for spring. I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. So I have a little bit of nervousness about making this video, and I love that. And I love how that's going to change right now just because I just said that. And that really ties into what I wanted to talk about. I just rewatched the movie The Shack yesterday. I don't know if you've seen it. It's a few years old. Sam Worthington's in it. It's about a man and who suffers great loss and heartbreak, perhaps of the most difficult kind that we can experience. And it's about his relationship with God, with the divine, and with himself, and with his own pain. And there's a line in it where God, Octavia Spencer, says to Mac, the main character, when all you see is through the knothole of your own pain, you're unable to see me, or you lose the ability to see me. That's a great quote. I like it. And of course, to me, God is more than just a consciousness outside of us that is love. It's through us and within us. It's also, the nature of love is of possibility and of joy. And that's so true. And as someone who experiences pain daily, at least up until this moment, doesn't mean I will in the next, I can tell you that it's not so much that you can't see the divine, you can't see possibility, that you can't see love when you have pain. But what I can tell you is when you have resistance to what your now moment is, in this case pain, you can't. And it's really that resistance that creates the knothole, the tunnel vision where all you can see is like more pain. It's the resistance to it. When I get beyond it and I just accept it, it changes everything. And I really think that I'm really seeing, again, how important utter self-acceptance is and self-love. That no matter what I'm feeling and what I feel like I want, if I fight that, I'm just going to stay there. Not only am I going to stay there, I'm not really going to see a way out of there. And here's what I mean. So I have pain. I've had pain of the chronic everyday nature. And when it gets really bad, I just want it to be done. As someone who is a very strong belief in, life after life and reincarnation, and someone who also feels pretty complete and whole, often I'm just like, I love this body, I've loved it, the good times, the life, it's been awesome, I'm ready to change it in for a new one. Now, me saying that right there could really bring up stuff for you. That's the thing. It does for me when I feel it. Because we have this thing around the perception of quitting. Like, we love the idea of freedom, and we will talk and talk about how important freedom is over all else. Yet with ourselves and with other people, if we often don't give ourselves the freedom to fail or to quit, or to want something that would look like that. And that's just a recipe for getting stuck. For getting stuck. Now, I understand life is a gift. I do. I think people who deal with pain every day and who have some of these struggles actually appreciate every day and every breath even more. I understand it's a gift and that it's sacred. But life without inner freedom isn't much of a life at all, is it? You don't necessarily have to be free, and I don't necessarily have to be pain-free for my life to feel expansive and to feel awesome, like it does right now in this moment. But I have to be free of my resistance to whatever it is I'm feeling, including that, if I want to feel those things. If we can't love ourselves enough and lose enough judgment and lose enough attachment to what other people think, what we think, all of that, if we can't just let it go enough to love exactly where we're at and what we want in a given moment, including, say, to be done, to move on from this life. If we can't get past our resistance to that, you just stay stuck in it. I know. I had a lot of pain this morning. I was right back in that place. And I can tell you that as soon as I allowed it to be okay that I was feeling that, and that I wanted that I wanted the out, things shifted rather quickly. Because I wasn't looking through the knothole of my own resistance, not necessarily my pain, my resistance to it, and suddenly I could see possibility again. And when you see possibility, it just, the shift continues, opens up all sorts of things. And I mean, I've been in and out of that place for 10 years. I think the only reason I'm actually still here is because I've learned to let go of my resistance and my own judgment about the fact that I could actually feel that. I'm sharing this because, I don't know, maybe someone who watches this has been there or knows someone that they know is there now or gets to that place. And it's funny how there's so much we have to get past. There's this stigma around wanting to give up on life. Even though it's really the ultimate choice of freedom. And like I said, we want freedom more than anything. And truth be told, we need inner freedom more than life. But we have this stigma around certain people feeling that way. Only certain people, though, right? If someone is elderly, right, I mean, advanced in years, and their health has declined, and their quality of life is poor, and they're either at home alone, or they're in a nursing home, or whatever, it's not that hard for us to hear that desire and say, okay, that's what you want. It's okay. not that they should need us to say that, but it's easy for us to give that permission and to feel it in our own hearts. And it's easy for us to feel that about ourselves when that day comes, like, down the road for us. And I guess it's easier, too, for us to feel that with someone of any age that has, like chronic debilitating pain, and they just haven't found a way past it. But where we get stuck, and I think this is a huge thing in society right now, is when it's just emotional. Right? When someone's just depressed, or depressed and suicidal, or manic depressive, and that just means they're a wide open channel. They feel everything. When they're connected, they're high. When they're disconnected, they get so disconnected. They feel everything negative, and they get trapped in that. They want out. And it's really easy for us to have a judgment about that. Now look, I'm not like a proponent. Like my point here, and hopefully I'm making this clear, is that in most cases, as soon as you lose the resistance that you feel, and that maybe you feel other people have against where you are and that desire, most often that will shift and that will change. Not all the time. And again, that's where it really tests like our attachments and our judgments. Do we have the freedom as souls to live and die as we want to? We don't look down when a soldier during wartime signs up and enlists in infantry and combat, house and dies, chooses to do that. It's just freedom of choice. Freedom exists beyond this life. I believe. I hope you believe that. But it isn't much of a life if there isn't inner freedom. So, I just wanted to share how much it helps me to fully accept what I feel in a given moment, and even what I want, even if that is, I don't want to be here anymore. It hurts so much. And let me just say, like, I understand that we're quick in the self-help community and the meditation community, yoga community, to say, well, if you'd be past all this if you just did the work, the inner work. And I don't disagree with that at all. I understand we can get beyond the body, the mind in meditation and in other spiritual practice, and we can get a hold of a vision of something different. And I absolutely believe in what people like Joe Dispenza teach, and I've experienced it. When I have been consistent doing the inner work of connecting with feeling great in my body does respond. Okay? But you can get stuck in the resistance to pain cycle where the last thing you want to hear or need to hear, you don't want to do the work. You're frustrated. And you can slowly just grind your way out of that. And sometimes the answer is to go do the work. But I found that often what we need when we're really stuck is to just utterly accept where we're at, how we feel. And I know maybe I could do this, which I don't even want to do that. I don't even want that right now. I just want this to end. That release, that surrender, often opens you up to, yeah, okay, now I'm ready to do the work. I'm ready now to do the work. I didn't want to do the work, and I didn't want someone to tell me I needed to do this or that. I didn't want someone to tell me I need to change how I'm feeling. Let it be. Let it be, and see where it takes you. Well, that felt good to share. Have a great night.